it's Miss Doty. I hope you really loved this book that we read called Surprising Spring. And I'd really love to do an art project today, so I figured I'd do one with you. So, the only thing you need for an art project is a piece of paper and something to draw with. So you can use crayons, or you can use paint, or you could use colored pencils too, or markers. Today, Miss Doty is going to use paint because I love to paint. So if you're painting, another thing you're going to need is a paintbrush, a cup of water, and a paper towel. So Miss Doty is going to be using watercolor paints, which, if you remember, means you have to use lots and lots of water. So I am going to be making a springtime picture from the things that we saw in our Surprising Spring book. So I'm going to go through some pages to help remind us of some things we saw in the story. We saw lots and lots of flowers. We also saw lots and lots of trees with green leaves. Some birds, more flowers, and some raindrops too. Now I'm going to get started with my picture. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my paintbrush super wet. Now, once your paintbrush is all wet, you need to pick which color you'd like to use. I'm going to start first with making a tree, and I'm going to start with the trunk. So I'm going to pick the color brown to start my picture. And remember, if you don't have paints at your house, you can draw your springtime picture with crayons or markers or colored pencils or anything that you have. I'm going to color my tree in with some brown. And remember, if you are using paints, especially watercolors, you need lots and lots of water. All right, so there is my tree trunk. Now I'm going to make some branches. I made a really big branch. And I'm making some little ones too. They're kind of all different sizes. Now your tree has to have lots of branches because your tree is going to have lots of, what are those green things called? That's right, leaves. So my tree has some big branches because we're gonna have some big flowers and leaves growing on this tree. think I'm almost done with my branches. Okay. This is what my tree looks like. But this tree kind of looks like it lives in the season winter. Do you see any leaves on this tree? Not yet. So, what color do you think I should use for my leaves? Did you say green? I'm going to use green. So right now I'm dipping into my green paint with lots and lots of water, and I am going to start making lots of green leaves. Lots of times when we're working, we like it to be quiet because our brain is focusing on something. Another thing you can do when you're working on an art project is listen to some music. Now I'm adding lots of leaves onto my tree because I want springtime to be here and have some really, really nice, beautiful, warm weather. So I'm making my picture nice and green and happy looking. Should your leaves be red or orange or yellow if your picture is a springtime picture? Nope, only green leaves in the springtime. Remember, we see orange and red and yellow leaves in what season? The winter? Not the winter. We see those leaves in the fall. Great job. So here's a look at my picture. If you'd like to get a better look, I'm adding lots and lots and lots of leaves to my tree. When you're making your leaves, maybe you can practice counting them. Let's start right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 leaves on just this one branch. I'm going to keep going and make some more. I hope you're adding just as many details to your pictures because you can make beautiful leaves too. I know you can do it. A leaf is sort of like a little oval. It's like a long circle. So take a circle and just pull the ends a little tight and then you get an oval. And if you're using a paintbrush like this, it kind of already makes an oval shape. So you just take your paintbrush and place it down like this. And it makes a leaf for you. I think I'm almost done adding my leaves. Maybe we can start brainstorming what other things I could add into my springtime picture. Would I add a polar bear to my springtime picture? A polar bear? No way. No polar bears in the springtime. Could I add a penguin to my springtime picture? A penguin? No way, that's silly. Let's think about our surprising spring book. What could we add to a springtime picture? I've got it. I'm going to add a bird's nest. So for my bird's nest, I'm going to dip into some brown. I'm also going to dip into a teeny tiny bit of yellow. And I would like to put some bird's eggs in my bird's nest. So I'm going to take blue for my eggs. And I'm just going to add 3 little eggs. Now I put a little too much water on my brush and I got blue everywhere. So I'm going to take a tiny piece of paper towel and just try to dry that off. I'm going to add some sun to my picture because the sun helps things grow. There are so many beautiful things that we see in the springtime. And lots of them are things that make us happy, just like the sun. So, I added some birdies. I didn't end up doing eggs. I made them into little birds and some sun. But in the springtime, it's sunny and it's also a little rainy. So, I'm going to add some raindrops. It's like a sun shower. Now, the next thing I definitely need in my springtime picture are some flowers. So I'm going to make a stem and some leaves because I want my flower to be nice and healthy. I made 4 flowers. I made the stem and the leaves, but I need to make the flower part. So I'm going to dip into some red. Make a nice, beautiful red flower. Maybe I'll make 2 red flowers. And then for my other flowers, I'm going to use purple. Let's take a look. So this is my springtime picture. Do you think I'm missing anything? Maybe a muddy puddle. When the grass sometimes gets too wet, it can make a muddy puddle. And what do we like to do in muddy puddles? Splash around. That's what I would like to do in a muddy puddle, but only if I had some rain boots on. So I'm gonna make a muddy puddle and an umbrella. And I think I'd like to make a rainbow umbrella. First comes red. Then orange. Then yellow. Then green. And blue. And what color comes last in our rainbow color? Purple. Great job. I'm going to go back into my rainbow with a little red because I messed up the red part. All right, check it out. Now I have a rainbow umbrella and a muddy puddle. So this is my springtime picture. I drew lots and lots of things that we see in the springtime, and I would love to see your pictures too. I hope you had fun painting with me, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.